guys, welcome back to my channel. This time it's gonna be a really short tutorial and I'm going to show you how to apply foundation because I feel like not everyone knows the best way to apply it, and there are a few tricks to apply it and make it long lasting and not looking cakey at all and everything. So I just want to make sure everyone knows and learns how to apply correctly foundation because it's a really important step in our makeup. So yeah, let's start. Let's get into the video. So one of the tricks that allows you to have a long-lasting foundation is to always prime or moisturize your face, or both. It depends on your preferences. At this moment I ran out of my primer, so I'm only going to use a moisturizer. That's okay. It would be more long-lasting if you would also have a primer, but that's okay. Like, there's not a big difference. So the cream I'm using is from Himalaya. It's a intensive moisturizer cream. It doesn't have to be from Himalaya. You can use whatever your skin loves and whatever you like, whatever you feel comfortable with, but just make sure it's as natural as it can. Like, I always prefer using natural products as much as I can because I feel like we have to take care of our skin. Like, you don't want to be aging by like your 20s already. So yeah, just make sure you are really careful with what you are applying on your skin, and I don't recommend, looking at the price or stuff like that. Just make sure you buy like really good products for your skin. After you are done applying your moisturizer or primer, you have to let your skin absorb it and let it just sit on your skin. So till it sits on my skin, I'm going to tell you a few more things of why it's really important of having a primer before applying foundation. Basically, you don't want your pores to absorb the foundation directly. You want to have like a protection layer, and that's why we really have to use a moisturizer and a primer, or just one of them. The foundation I'm going to use today, it's from Makeup Forever. It's the Ultra HD Stick Foundation. It's a really high coverage foundation, so if you want a simple day-by-day look, I do not recommend using this one. You can use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is like more of a BB cream. I mean, it does have coverage, but it's not that high coverage as this one is. And the sponge I'm going to use is my Makeup Revolution Beauty Sponge, and if you have a beauty blender, is as good as this one is. And I totally recommend wetting it before applying it. Will absorb the extra foundation that you might apply, and will not let your skin have it. So it's also a protection layer, if you want to call it like this, but it's not a layer. Basically, it's just a protective ingredient in your applying foundation way. Because this is a really quick dry foundation, I'm only going to apply like where I will start immediately blend it. And you don't want to blend it like scrub it. You want to just be really gentle and do like this, like circular motions, or just dabbing it on your face. So you just want to start dabbing it all over and make sure it's everything blended really nicely, because otherwise this particular foundation, as I said before, will dry really quickly and it will look very bad, trust me. By the way guys, if you feel more comfortable using a brush, just make sure you are using a good brush. Like, if you want a kind of cheap one, I totally recommend like the NYX, I don't know how it's called, but it's like a fluffy brush, and it looks like for powder, but it's actually really good for foundation. I've tried before brushes instead of beauty blenders or beauty sponges, and they were not good at all, and they would just help my face look really cakey. So I totally recommend being really careful with the way you are applying it, I mean with what you are applying it. And I totally do not recommend applying it with your hands. Like, I've done that before, like when I started playing with makeup, and it just looked awful. Like, you are only scrubbing it into your pores, and you are taking the most of the foundation on your fingers, and you will just end up looking really bad, trust me. I've seen a lot of people, and I still see a lot of people daily with like foundation on their face, but when it comes to neck, it looks like they wear a mask or something, because it's a huge difference. For example, this foundation I'm using, it's in the shade 118, and it's like 2 shades or 1 shade at least darker than my actual skin tone. But because I chose to show you this foundation and I do not have it in my shade, I will make sure definitely to apply it on my neck, just to have the same color everywhere. But even though it is your shade, like, you still want to apply it just to make sure everything looks perfect and smooth, and you know, you don't have to worry about anything. Now, finishing off, I'm gonna apply my favorite product, which is MAC Fix Plus. You have to use this to set your foundation. Of course, if you don't like MAC Fix Plus, you can use whatever fixing spray you like, but like, I cannot live without it, so I'm gonna spray it all over my face. And after you spray it, what you are going to do is take the sponge again and just dab it a little bit more, but not push too hard. After that, you only have to let it completely set, and then you are done. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you learned something from this video. Until next time, I'm really looking forward to hearing what your opinions are and what you want to see next. Make sure you turn on the notification bell if you want to see every time I post, and if you want to get notified. And yeah, see you!